First, I want to start by thanking everyone who actually took the time out to watch our videos and actually check out our page. I really do appreciate it. It's something I do for fun. I actually don't have the time to do it as much as I would like. I'm trying to do better with it, but I really do appreciate the fact that a lot of you guys actually taking out time out of your busy schedule to watch my little videos and to enjoy them or leave comments. Thank you. Okay, guys, now we have a new doctor, and it's time for me to weigh in on how I feel about Peter Capaldi playing the doctor. But before I actually give my thoughts on him, I have to actually give you a little bit of background of me being a Whovian. But I have to honestly say, my actual first experience with Doctor Who, like officially watching Doctor Who, was Matt Smith's run. So I did get into Matt Smith, as a lot of Americans did. And I also enjoyed some of the older stuff as well, going back and watching some of David Tennant's stuff, watching some classic Doctor Who. I've actually checked out a lot of different things that I actually do enjoy about the show within its 50-year run. Well, with that being said and done, I wasn't watching during the 9th Doctor or the 10th Doctor's run actually live. I saw those as reruns. So this is the first time ever, like a lot of people, for me, to actually have a doctor that I connected to and to watch him go into the next step of regeneration and not know exactly what I'm going to get out of it. Watching some of the old episodes, I knew who the next doctor was, so I knew what was going on. But this is a certain situation in which, just like anyone else who's been a part of the show, who's watched the show in the past, who didn't jump on when Matt Smith was the doctor, this is us, fans who are brand new to the series, sort of, even though we've watched the Matt Smith run and we actually watched some of the older episodes. This is our first time actually having a doctor we connected to and watching him regenerate to someone else. The first episode I actually did connect to. I actually didn't really think Deep Breath was a really good episode. It introduced the doctor, but it didn't really actually show who the doctor was to the very, very last few moments of the episode. I felt like it was more geared towards the naysayer fans who actually don't want to see a new doctor and didn't want to give Capaldi a chance. It's their way of introducing a new character to the American audience who only knew of Matt Smith mostly, and it's their way of showing that the character does change, but it's always the same character. I think they use Clara as more of a stand-in for that idea. So she kind of relates to other fans who do feel the same way. They have their doctor they fell in love with, and a change is not something they're willing to accept. There was just something missing for that full episode. And I just felt like the doctor was actually more of a side character to Clara. There was too much focus on her and her feelings and her ideas of what she thought the doctor was and what he is now. Then it was on the actual doctor regenerating and actually being a new doctor. Into the Dalek was actually a better episode to introduce the doctor. It gave you a better idea of what kind of Dr. Capaldi would be, and you got a chance to see him be kind of wacky and quirky, but also see the ideal of he's a bitter person who's done it for far too long and seen everything, so nothing shocks him anymore. And you get a first taste of his curiosity, the fact that the doctor likes to prove things to himself, and that's actually more important than anything. I feel like this particular doctor actually would go out of his way to prove himself right. The episode featured the idea of a Dalek actually turning good, and the doctor tried to sort of prove to himself that the Dalek could actually turn good on his own, while at the same time solely believing that there's no way the Dalek can turn good. There has to be some sort of malfunction. So you see the kind of struggle that he goes through of knowing how things are and wanting to believe that things are different. We got a chance to see a funnier doctor with the third episode, but still, it didn't feel like everything was quite there yet. And although by this time I actually started to enjoy Capaldi as his doctor, I actually understood what kind of doctor he was, and I actually enjoyed the change, I felt like it was a good doctor in a story that didn't need to happen so soon. A funny episode like this should have happened a little later once they showed that he could be really, really dark, and I felt like it was just too early on to actually see this episode. Overall, the episode was good. It was an amazing episode. It really showed a lot of Capaldi's doctor. It actually convinced me that he is the doctor. But there are a lot of people who did feel that Capaldi did a great job in the episode, but the episode itself wasn't as great. So we get the fourth episode with Capaldi as the doctor. Listen, and I think that was a game changer for a lot of people. Listen was one of those episodes of Doctor Who that defines that particular doctor. We get a chance to really see what Capaldi's really good at. We saw what he could do. We saw what he's capable of. But we can see actually now where his doctor's headed, what he can really do with this doctor if he actually took the time to put some serious writing into it. It shows that Capaldi can play a doctor who's more psychological. It showed his strengths. The episode was horrifying and brilliant at the same time. If you ever had doubts in Capaldi, this is the one episode that may convince you. So overall, this is the doctor we have now. This is the first time I ever enjoyed watching one doctor, Matt Smith, turn into a new doctor, Peter Capaldi. This is my first change in doctors, and I can actually say I'm enjoying the new doctor so far. It took me a little while. It took me 3 episodes at first to kind of really get into him, but by the 4th episode now, I'm really into Peter Capaldi as the doctor. And I hope we actually get more episodes like this. I hope they actually focus more on the horror side of it than just the sci-fi side. There are so many great stories they could tell with this particular doctor, and bring it back to, say, the 4th Doctor's kind of storylines they've had in the past, which he does remind me a lot of the 4th Doctor. So a new season did start off kind of bumpy. We'll just have to wait and see what they do with the next few episodes and hope that Listen wasn't just a one-trick pony. Again, thank you for listening to us. I'm Notorious JM, and I bid you a good day.